Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to the Eldora Speedway on the Random Sim Racing Network. Tonight, we have the first annual AMS Super Late Model Nationals at Eldora for two 50-lap main events. I am Avery McDonald. Joined along me is Will Roberts. Will, we have some of the top drivers in AMS here at the Eldora Speedway. We got two main events with a random invert start for the second main. What are you going to expect from this first main event?
Well, I think this first main event, it might be a little bit more tame. The second one, maybe a little wilder as a result. But I think this first one is just going to be kind of feeling out the track and feeling out how everybody else is going to be racing. Because I think this is the first real test for these guys with these high-power super late models.
Now in practice, the Flying Cheetah, Stuart Joyce, was at the top of the board with second place going to Tim the Toolman Sandlin. But Randy Arms, the guy with super late model experiences, got into the room late and qualified 8th. We got 12 drivers who put down times in practice. Who's going to be your driver to win the pole?
I would put that to the Flying Cheetah himself, Stuart Joyce, because I mean he's been quick in the AMS Dirt Series, the Octane Race Fuels Dirt Series on Wednesday nights, and I mean I know they're in the lower power cars right now, but he's proven he knows how to get around these dirt tracks.
Yeah, definitely. He's been running strong the last 2 weeks in the Dirt Series at AMS. Speaking of AMS, check out amsleague.com just to check him out, for more information about the league. But Will, looks like we're going to get qualifying underway. First driver looks to be, I got a feeling it's going to be Lance Carpenter. Lance Carpenter made his way onto the racetrack, going to go through turns 3 and 4. Got up into the marbles there. Real strong. You want to just try to find where you can get the most traction. And Lance Carpenter driving to Big Johnson.
And he's got that thing rolled over on that right front right now, and that's kind of just how you got to be with these things to get them to go quick. As he's a little loose there off turn 4 and brings it all the way down to the wall. That's not going to be good for his qualifying times.
Yeah, 16.144 hard on the outside wall. That lap is not going to count. Lance Carpenter currently on the pole, though, with the 16.145.
Yeah, and that actually might not be too bad of a lap. That might actually put him in a good spot tonight, but we'll just have to see how some of these other guys see how they do on their laps, because it really all just depends if you can do it right at the right times. Oh, he's hard in the wall.
And Kristen Swenson, AMSO number 13, around for number 4 to go for his first lap at the Eldora Speedway.
Yes, he did a real good job there through 1 and 2 on riding that cushion in that Sears Craftsman machine. Runs a really good lineup on the high side of 3 and 4. I don't know if the high side is going to be the fast way around, as actually he puts in a 16.024 on his first lap.
Yeah, he has quick time right now. A little over 1/10 of a second faster than Carpenter. Going to cross the checkered flag for his qualifying session. Quick time with a 15.996. Here comes Matt Egan, going to go out on the track. He is the American Sim Racing Network, if not mistaken. American Sim Network, Will?
Yeah, it's American Sim Network. Broadcast a lot of series. They do my Monday night series, and of course they do the AMS IC3D Cup series. I even broadcasted a race with Matt, and I still can't get that right. That's a tongue twister if I've ever seen one.
A great network, going to come around, complete his first lap here. His time is going to be 16.03, going to put him in second place so far. Gets a little high, going to get on the throttle as they go down the back straightaway.
Yeah, he definitely got a little high there in turn 1, but let him have a bit of a harder charge off on turn 2, and he's going to put down his second lap hard in the wall. Does not look like he's going to pick up. Let's see here, what was that? Let's check back timing. Oh, it did not register for some reason.
It hit the wall.
I did not see that, but I believe it.
Here goes Randy Squeak Arms, the only driver in the room with late model experience, driving the Cole American Energy to take. He's on the back straightaway for his first lap. He's going to drive it down into the corner to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to come out of 4, going to cross that start-finish line, and he is going to get quick time 15.830. Going to try to get a little bit quicker on the final lap of his qualifying session.
And that's really good. That would have slotted him in 4th spot here back in practice, but we'll see what it does for his second lap. And it looks like he does not pick up, but he nearly mirrors a lap. He's a 15.840.
A 15.830, and then Mike Springer is going to come out onto the racetrack. Springer, not a lot of dirt experience on iRacing number 32 Miller Genuine Draft. Great sponsor, but he's going to cross the line for the first green flag.
And he gets really sideways down there in turn 1. That's going to scrub off speed, and that really won't do him that much good on his time. But looks like he had a nice solid run through 3 and 4. Let's see what that does for him. Oh, that's going to put him at the quick time. Fastest lap of the night, 15.761.
Yeah, Spring Dog has a provisional pole right now, but he's gonna go. That's a great line he's been running, just running nice and smooth, staying on the throttle, gonna cross the start-finish line and run a 15.832. That's gonna round up our first 5 competitors for qualifying. We'll be right back for a quick commercial break. Kevin Trzynski, our executive producer, been doing a fantastic job. Back in just a few moments. Welcome back here to the Eldora Speedway in Rossburg, Ohio. So far, Mike Springer on top in the qualifying session so far. Will, what do you have to say for these first 5 competitors?
Well, I mean, I'm actually a little surprised at Springer's lap because he wasn't that quick in practice, but he bested with both of his laps in qualifying. He bested his practice time, so that's really impressive. And that's I think that's going to put him in a really good spot for the race. Because I'm not sure I actually see anyone really taking that lap down.
All right, Fast Philip Neese going to go on to the racetrack to run his qualifying time. He's been doing really well so far. Today in practice, he's going to get up into the outside, going to hammer on the throttle, across the start-finish line to take the green flag for his qualifying session. On the back straightaway, drives it deep into the turn, moves up the racetrack to get up to higher part of the racetrack, across start finish line, and that's going to be a 15.902. That's going to put him 3rd on the board. Trying to get a little better lap here. He wants to get up into the top 2 for sure. For the bonus, you can win both races tonight. You get another $3 bonus, Will, so that's pretty sweet. Total $9, but across the start finish line, pretty much identical lap times for Fast Philip Neese. Now the Ice Maker, Chris the Ice Maker Ostrander, rocket time.
Yeah, that's some impressive consistency out of Philip Neese, but I'm really interested to see what the 73 car Chris Ostrander can put down here.
And Chris had he was confident in his abilities for today's race, confident he wasn't going to do well, but I really want to see Chris do well. He's a real nice guy driving the Budweiser number 73. Win Racing.
Agreed. And he's running a pretty good line this so far on his lap, and we'll see what it does here as he crosses the line, sets down his time. That's going to put him 3rd fastest now at a 15.862.
Yeah, brought that Budweiser Dirt Super Late model into third place. He's going to hammer on the gas, going to try to beat Randy Arms second. Not so much of a run, but he's going to 9.69.
Yeah, that's still pretty good qualifying lap, even at 9.69, I think.
Oh, definitely. All right, driver number 50 from this. I don't remember what team he's on. He's been running so many different teams, but the Sleep Master, Michael Tank, will take the green flag for his qualifying session.
Really just sends it in down there in turn 1 and 2, and he's going to bring it up. His run, he got a really good run off the corner, and I think that'll do him good on his overall time. Just getting that solid run off, as a matter of fact. That's going to slot him in second spot at 15.815.
And Mike Tant, he's a huge dirt racing fan. He goes a lot of dirt races like Screv and Modoc, going to come out turn number 4 to cross that start finish line to this session in 8.44. Going to put him second on the board. Now Tim the Toolman Stanley going to work his way out into the track.
You know, I just gotta say, a little unrelated to the racing itself. It's nice to see some of these companies coming on for these teams, just supporting dirt racing. Like I've seen a lot of AMS oil in dirt racing. I've seen a lot of Budweiser, and I just gotta say that's really good.
AMS oil is on the hood for Tim the Toolman Sandlin. You know, he's coming out turn number 4. His first lap. Let's see what he runs. He runs a 16.071. Puts him 8th on the board out of the 9 qualifiers to see if he can get a little better time on lap number 2.
Yeah, that's not how you wanna put down your qualifying run there. Definite improvement though. He does get up to 15.954, but that's still gonna slot him a little deeper in the pack for our first main event tonight.
All right, Will, we'll let you introduce your good friend Stuart Joyce.
Yeah, the Flying Cheetah himself is flying right now about 120 miles an hour down into 3 or 4. Oh no! His first guy that really got into that wall, trying to ride up on the cushion.
Yeah, this lap is most likely not going to be the time he wants. Hard into the wall. This lap is not going to count. See if he can pick it back up. You know, he was fastest in practice, but right now the Flying Cheetah got 1 lap and he wasn't able to put the first one down. Let's see what he's going to do here.
Yeah, this is not at all the qualifying run that Stuart Joyce wants. Is he's really getting it sideways going down into those corners, and that's not going to help on his time either. But he might just be trying to run and get a time down. That's going to slot him down 7th spot. That is not how he's going to want to start this, but I think that's where he's going to end up. It's he's going to have 15.982.
You know, we had pretty impressive so far. We have a couple guys left in the room that haven't qualified, so we will wait and see if they're going to make a run. Right now on provisional pole is Mike Springer, the Spring Dog, number 32. You know, he said earlier today, he's like, you know, I don't really have much experience with these cars, but I'm going to give it a go. We're going to be waiting on John Joyce. Here goes John Joyce as he goes out onto the track. Call him the boss man, John Joyce. But too much on the throttle.
Yeah, a little too hard onto it. He's just trying to get a feel for this place, as he didn't actually set down a time in practice. So these are his first laps on the track tonight, actually, as he really gets it sideways down there in 1 and 2, and that's not going to be good for a fast lap.
Close to touching that wall, but he gets a little out of control there. But John Joyce, his lap time is going to be a 16.830. That puts him a little forward. That hard in the outside wall, and that's going to time will not count.
Yeah, that is not the sort of qualifying performance that the Stuart Joyce Racing team would have tonight. Starting 7th, starting 11th in the first main event. That's a little rough.
Oh, but definitely we had a great qualifying effort. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back and interview some of the drivers after the qualifying event. So stay tuned. Make sure you join us back in after the commercial break. Thank you.
A move. Truex in the outside, contact made. 56 slides it into 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
Welcome back here to the Eldora Speedway in Rossburg, Ohio. Qualifying has been completed for tonight's first annual AMS Super Late Model Nationals. On the pole is Mike Springer, Mike Tant second, and Randy Arms third. We're going to bring up Randy Arms, the third qualifier, today's main event. Randy, how's it going, Bubba?
It ain't going too awful bad, Avery.
Well, you qualified third, didn't have a good practice time, but you definitely were able to qualify a little better than your practice. Starting first on the second row, obviously on the inside. What's going to be your plan to get yourself to the front?
Well, it seems like the fast lane is going to be on the bottom there, at least at first. So just going to try to, work as close to that wall as I could get, and maybe, Springer or Tant will slide up, and I can get by him that way.
Hi, Randy Arms. I know you got coal on the hood of your car. Can you, why do you have coal in the car? Let the viewers know.
Well, I pretty much live in, about the heart of coal country, so family members work in coal power plants, and just thought we would support, everybody that has a part in the coal industry, and support pretty much how this country has been ran here for the last, good amount of years.
All right, Randy, good luck to you in the race, Bubba.
Thank you.
That was Randy Arms. We're going to bring in our second place competitor in the qualifying session, Michael Tant. All right, we have the Sleep Master, Michael Tant. You qualified second. What's going to be your strategy to get yourself to the lead? Mike, you got a copy? Hey, there's a reason we call him the Sleep Master. Looks like Mike. Now the other Mike, Springdog, Mike Springer, do you got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Mike, you put it on the poll for tonight's first annual AMS Super Late Model Nationals. How's that feel, man?
I'm surprised by it, to be honest with you. I came in the session and the track was pretty slicked up, so I just went to the bottom thinking, for new track again, so I bottom in qualifying and made the best of it.
All right, Mike, you got a good starting spot. How are you going to be able to maintain that lead?
Probably not, to be honest. So we'll see what happens. Like you said earlier, I don't have a lot of dirt experience racing in the cars here and iRacing on dirt yet. So this car's a beast, and it drives me more than I drive it so far. So we'll see.
All right, Mike. Good luck to you in the race, man. We'll hopefully talk to you after as the race winner for the first main event.
All right, thanks, Avery.
All right, well, we got a big main event coming. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, before we get ready for our pre-race show, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back for the main event. Here, the first main event for the first annual AMS Super Late Model Nationals live on RSR.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back here to the Eldora Speedway for the first annual AMS Super Late Model Nationals. Well, we have the field is set. We're going to have, it looks to be 13 competitors. We have a couple of guys joining in. 50 laps here for the main event, Will. Are you excited?
I'm really excited, man. I think this is going to be a really good show, and I think it's going to be a really good show, and I think that this is... Well, yeah, I think it'll be a really good show.
Well, it looks like we have our grid set. We're going to get rolling into the race session. This is the first main event for the first annual AMS Super Late Model Nationals, brought to you by Children's Dream Racer and Randy Arms Motorsports. Now, Will, a lot of guys in the field that have some experience on here, some that don't have, and then some that have a lot of experience. But, you know, my pick to win this first race, really hard to not go against Randy, but I think Peter is going to win Stuart Joyce.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what he can do from that 7th spot, though, because I mean, I picked him to get the pole. That didn't so much happen, but we haven't really seen him in the dirt, in these dirt cars, trying to work his way through a field. So it'll be something different for sure.
Yeah, with Mike Springer starting the pole, Michael Tant second. Springer said he ain't gonna be able to hold the lead long. That's gonna open up the door for Randy Arms and Mike. If Mike can get on the outside and just keep hauling the mail like he usually does, we're pretty stoked. We got a great main event here. I want to thank Children's Dream Racer for coming on board for today's race, and just pretty stoked to see this race. I can't say it enough, man. For the first annual AMS Super Late Model Nationals, a double feature tonight. Can't get much better than this.
No, you really can't. It's really a great way to, I would say, to start out dirt racing here on iRacing, especially with the AMS bunch here tonight. I think it'll be really good.
Well, the session has advanced. The drivers are going to their cars for tonight's first annual AMS Super Late Model National main event number 1. We have a great crowd here tonight. Great virtual crowd on YouTube. I just awesome to have all you in here. Pretty stoked. And we got $3 to the winner of this main event, $3 to the winner of the second feature, and a $3 bonus if you sweep the feature. Let's take a look at our starting lineup for the first annual AMS League Super Late Model Nationals. Starting on the pole, Spring Dog Michael Springer. Starting in second, the Sleep Master Michael Tan.
Starting third, Ohio Super Dirt Late Model legend Randy Arms, and on his outside is Chris Ostrander.
Starting in fifth position, Fast Phil Philipnes. Starting in sixth, Tim the Toolman Sandlin.
Starting seventh, we got the fine shooter himself, Stuart Joyce, and Minnesota's own Christian Svensson.
And we have Matt Egan, number 9, in the 9th position, and Lance Big Chuck Carpenter starting in 10th.
Bossman John Joyce is going to be starting 11th inside of row number 6 with Dalton Baldwin on his outside.
That's going to round out your field for tonight's main event number 1. We have 12 cars on the grid. It looks like Michael Tant's having some connection issues. Hopefully he can get that taken care of. Not quite sure what's going on with his connection, but we hope that thing gets taken care of, because that guy's starting P number 2. We don't want Chris Ostrander going P2. He said he doesn't want to start in the front row, so.
As he's got a very short window, get that car out, fix those little electrical gremlins, and I don't think he's quite going to make the start for this one. It looks like he's probably going to be starting from the garage area.
All right, Eldora Speedway, are you ready for the first main event? Let's light up them fireworks and let's go racing at the Eldora Speedway in Rossburg, Ohio for the first annual AMS Super Late Model Nationals.
Yes, as definitely looks like Michael Tan is not going to hold on to that second starting spot. That's going to bump everyone on the outside line row up, and it's going to put Chris Ostrander on the outside of the front row now, which it's a blessing and a curse sometimes, that outside front row spot.
All right, the drivers are going to get the 1 to green as they cross the start-finish line for the main event. Number 1, here we go. Mike Springer going to start on the pole with Ostrander on the outside. Arms is definitely going to try to make a move right away, but patience is the key for this 50-lap main event. These drivers get one reset, cautions are on, and single file restarts. Will?
Well, I think it's really going to be interesting to see what Stuart Joyce can do back there from that 7th spot, trying to work his way up through here, because 50 laps, it can be a long time or it can be a short time, but I'll throw it over to you. Let's get this thing going.
All right, pace truck making it hard. Left-hand turn to the pit road. Ring dog going to bring the drivers to the green flag. Green flag is out here for the first annual AMS League Super Late Model Nationals. We got a car out to the outside wall. Looks like Kristen Svensson. And we have Springer out in front, Arms in second. Out in third position looks to be Michael Tant not back in the room. I was hoping Michael was going to get into the room. A little side-by-side action between Matt Egan and Chris Illustrator. We get a car out, spun around.
Oh, that's a hard hit in the back of the pack, it looks like.
That was... I'm going to go take a look at her. Wow, we got a car flipped upside down, and got Stuart Joyce. He's going into turn number 1, and you see he just... It's a little bit too sideways and goes up into the track, and he runs into, who I believe was Fast Phil. Drivers get one reset. They're going 3 of them are going to get that reset. It looks to be, unless Fast Phil can. Fast Phil will stay out. Single file restarts. Bill, drivers showing not much patience here for this main event.
Well, it's like I said right when we got this thing going, 50 can be a long time or it can be a really short time. It just kind of all depends on everyone wants to behave. And
we got Randy Arms trying to make the pass right when that caution came out, and it just didn't happen. It looks like we're going to get the 1 to green signal here at the Eldora Speedway. Yeah, 1 to green here for this main event. Fortunately, we had a caution on lap 1.
yes, as it's actually going to hop down pit road right now. But Springdog's going to be leading him down here, and I think he's in a really good position right now. But look for Randy Arms to make that move down in turn 1.
Yeah, Squeak's going to try to make that move in turn 1. Running on board with Randy Arms. Pace truck makes a hard left-hand turn. Green flag is out here at the Eldora Speedway. Springer going to take him to the restart zone, and Springer got a great jump, but Randy Arms going to look to the inside into turn number 3. Arms runs a little bit high. Gonna try to run that cushion using that dirt late model experience. But no, Springer's starting to run away from this a little bit, but no. And he got a good run.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was he did, but Springdog really must have figured out something late in practice and early into qualifying, because he's just he's kind of starting to sweep the floor here a little bit almost.
Driver coming through the field. That is a number 4 from the Children's Dream Racer. Number 4, Delton Baldwin. Touched the wall a little bit. But right now, looks like Fast Phil going to run the inside. We have a car in the wall that looks to be the Ice Maker. Dalton Baldwin got into Matt Egan a little bit. Not sure. There was no caution. Oh, straight hard into the tire barrier. Like we're going. Caution's out. Chris Illustrator here on the replay. He gets a little bit into the wall, gonna come down, hit the tire barrier, and he tried escaping. But he missed the tire. I don't know really. Chris do it. That tire barrier right there. See if we can see if Chris Ostrander is up for an interview. Grab him real quick. All right, Chris Ostrander, he looked like he got a little bit of contact with the wall. What happened there?
Yeah, I hit the wall a little bit, and then the front end hits it, it messes it up, and then it messed up my front wheel
right, Chris, thanks for jumping in here. It looks like we're going to get the 1 to green. Hopefully get you back out on the track, Bubba.
Yep.
1 to green here at the Eldora Speedway. Let's see if Mike Springer is going to be able to get a good run on the restart and pull away from Squeak's Randy Arms.
Yeah, Spring Dog's been coming out to. He's been getting a really good jump on both these starts with starting the restart, but looks like that Chevy Silverado is going to be turning down to the inside. Spring Dog's going to leave him down. He's hard on it, and the green flag's back in the air. We're back green here from Eldora Speedway.
Weeks kind of laid off a little bit. Contact with Baldwin. Baldwin going to make a little bit of contact. Makes contact with Kristen Svensson, the Minnesota boy. I'm a South Dakota guy, so it's great to see him. Let's take a look at Randy Arms. Going to try to work his way to the inside, but no, Springer's going to slam the door.
No,
Arms going to go side by side and try to get the way side by side, but no, Springer able to get the run outside the corner. But Springer driving away from the field. We have a caution. Looks to be Kristen Svensson. It looks like he just gets up into the wall. Not sure what quite happened there, but you know. Yeah, it looks like Lance Carpenter got into him. I was just trying to take a look at that restart he had. He was complaining about a driver not going on the restart. That was Dalton Baldwin that was in front of him. Looks like Dalton really went, and then Kristen just got a little bit too much of the throttle. Well, you know, we've had quite a bit of cautions here so far, and these drivers know if this is a wreck fest, the next race will be no cautions, and I know these drivers want to see some cautions. Well, sorry about that mishap. You know, having technology, this stuff happens, but we're back, and we'd like to thank our executive producer, Kevin Trzynski, for getting us back up in time for this restart. That Chevy Silverado going to make his way to the inside of the track. Springer going to get on the throttle, and Springer, another good jump here to the inside. Baldwin going to go side by side with Fast Phil in turn number 1. Baldwin going to try to work his way around him, but Fast Phil gets the run on the turn. Springer is just pulling away from Squeaks, but right now Baldwin still on the inside of Fast Phil. The track is starting to move up a little bit, but Randy going to maintain on the bottom. But Baldwin be able to get back up there.
Yeah, I think once this place really slicks off, that I think this could really play to Springer's advantage as well as Squeak's advantage, because Spring Dog was practicing a lot on the slick track, but Squeak's got the know-how on this stuff.
Squeak's got a lot of experience in these super late model type cars. He runs out in Ohio, Skyline Speedway. I know for sure he goes to. But we got another caution out on the track. Looks to be some with Michael Tant and Matt Egan. Look at our instant replay. Michael Tant goes a little, Matt Egan goes a little bit wide. Egan gets into the wall, and Tant just kind of driving in, and that's net code by a mile, but Egan gets together with Tant, and then we want to apologize to Don Joyce for also making a little contact at the end. We've had a lot of cautions so far this race. Well, kind of expected, you know, with these cars. You know, Springer's been out in front almost the whole time, and I think it has I want to apologize again for those technical difficulties for that. But, you know, when you have an executive producer like Kevin Trzynski stepping in and getting things done, man, we really appreciate what he has done so far.
Yeah, big props to Kevin for what he's been able to do. I know I certainly couldn't do what he's doing.
He stepped up and started this network pace car off. Great job by Springer to get the run. Randy, he's been sleeping on the restarts all day. I wonder what's going to happen there, but to the inside, Michael Tant got a good run, but no, slowed her up a little bit. Fast Phil going to look to the outside of Squeaks Randy Arms, but I think right now the bottom is where you want to be. But Springer is just pulling away, but side by side into 1 and 2. Fast Phil on the outside, Arms on the inside, and that's just going to allow Mike Springer to pull away, but Arms able to hold off. Fast Phil. Got a car in the wall, looks to be Matt Egan, but he's got her back going. Side by side was Alvin still trying to get around Fast Phil, and Phil has been fast, but Mike Springer been out in front on lap 28 of 50. Good across the line for lap 29. Good battle here so far. Will, these drivers are starting to use up the whole track.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think that's really hurting Springdog much because, well, actually, as I say that, Randy Arms gets a really good run through 3 and 4. I mean, Squeak seems to gain a lot in the middle of the corner, but Springdog's getting the run on the outside. So
Alvin gonna look to go the inside. Oh, we got a car in the wall on the back straight, but he's able to maintain and gather it back up. But Baldwin really gonna try to get around Fast Phil as Randy's gonna try to get around Mike Springer. Both getting time into the outside. It goes Baldwin. Baldwin gonna go side by side in 3 and 4 on the bottom. Here goes Baldwin, gonna try to get the run out of the corner. No contact. And Baldwin and Fast Phil are getting it done at the Eldora Speedway. Matt Egan has disconnected. He's gonna end the room, but Baldwin gonna makes the overtake on Fast Phil for 3rd.
And meanwhile, that's happening. Well, he was there. Squeak got up to Springdog, but he back a little bit there, and I don't think he's quite got the speed here tonight.
Looks like, we talked with Randy Arms before the race, getting in that car. He's had some problems the last couple of weeks, but he's super excited to get back in his real car. But right now, Mike Springer out in front. He's led every single lap of this main event at the Eldora Speedway. 34 laps completed, 34 laps completed as they go into lap 35. And Springer, he said he wasn't going to be able to maintain that lead, but he's maintaining that lead. Will?
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm impressed with that tonight because I think he's pretty well led just about every lap, not every lap at this point.
Big Junk Carpenter looks like he caused that. He didn't cause it, but he was involved in it. Excuse me, I want to apologize for calling him out. That was definitely not intentional. It looks like he drove right into Ostrander, not intentional, but he just got into him, and then collects up the number 13 of Kirsten Svensson, and things happen. We got happen in this race, Will. But right now it's all been the Springdog show.
Well, yeah, but I caught a little bit of that. It looked like he got involved in that as everybody was slowing down. Springdog did, as it looks like. He's turned that late model into a modified. Looks like he's missing a couple fenders now. Which that's not.
We got Mike Springer in the booth for a quick interview. Mike, it looks like you got a little bit damaged. You can duck down and make your way into pit road.
No, I'm leading. There's only like 13 to go.
I don't think you were, but Mike, you said something earlier today that you were not going to be able to maintain the lead, but you've led this whole race from green to lap 37.
Yeah, those yellows have helped. I think the yellows have helped me a lot, so we'll see. We got a little short run here. I'm going to hang on. I'm just going to stay low and block as much as I can.
All right, that's Springdog. We hopefully could talk to him after this main event. Springer has led the whole main event so far at the Eldora Speedway for the Dirt Super Late Model Nationals. This is the first annual AMS Nationals and double feature, so we'll have another feature on after today's main event. But that pace truck is going to make his way into pit road in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green flag is out here at the Eldora Speedway to go on to lap 39, and Springer out in front gets a good restart. Baldwin going to try to get up to Arms. Baldwin going to look to the outside where Randy's going to go up high, and this is just a battle so far. Springer trying to hold off Arms. Arms looked to the inside, but Springer had enough of a run. Baldwin running the high side, Fast Phil running the bottom. Baldwin Baldwin got a great run there, side by side with Randy Arms. But Randy able to get the run. Gonna look to the bottom, Will Dalton, but no, Will. These guys are just battling.
Oh, these guys are going at it hard as Squeak's up on the outside. He's outside of Springer right now, and that might just do it. Oh no, he gets into the wall a little bit there.
Baldwin gonna go side by side with Arms. Will he be able to clear him? No, but still side by side in a turn number 1. Baldwin on the bottom, Arms on the outside, and Arms able to get a great run out turn number 2, and he's gonna look to the lead for Mike Springer, but no, Springer able to get a good enough run.
Yeah, look what Springdog's doing right now. He just said he was going to be hugging that bottom and blocking, but he just moved up to that top side.
Baldwin tried to get a run, but no, side by side, gonna almost go side by side, but no. Springer able to get the run. Baldwin looking to the inside, side by side a little bit. Baldwin makes a little contact on the outside wall. Gonna running up on the cushion as the track has slicked off a little bit. Arms looking to the outside in 3, but no, Springer able to run the bottom. And Will, dude, and then Fast Phil just doing a great job in 4th, but to the outside is Arms. Will Springer be able to go up there and show him the nose? Springer gets sideways, clipped over by Baldwin. Baldwin to the lead.
Oh, no caution for that. That is not what Springdog was looking for. I'll grant it puts him in a good spot though for the second feature, but that's not how he's going to want to finish off this first one.
Baldwin got a little contact. Fast Phil trying to go the outside. Fast Phil the inside, side by side with Arms. Arms going to run the high side, trying to get the run out turn. But man, Baldwin leads lap 47. 4 laps to go at the Eldora Speedway. You wanted the best. Right now, you got the best. Baldwin on the outside. You got Randy Up's cautions out. Baldwin, your first main event winner. We might be able to get a caution. Might be able to get a restart. Stuart Joyce. Contact there with Baldwin. Look at Stuart Joyce on the backstretch. Just doing a great job. It's a little bit. Gets into contact with Mike Springer. Well, we had a great race so far. What do you have to say?
Well, just making note, the pace car lights are still on, so we're finishing this one under the caution flag. Unfortunately, we're not going to get a 1-lap shootout out of this, but it's been good so far. That really sucks for Springdog, though, getting spun out like that. I mean, he led the whole show up until lap, was it 46, 45, something like that? That's not how he wanted to finish off this first feature, not at all.
Yeah, not at all how you wanted to. After he did a fantastic job working around that track. It didn't come to him.
No, but the one thing that I did notice here in the closing laps, that last little 10-lap run or so, Fast Phil was, fast.
He was fast. He worked hard, got it up in the podium position. But the checkered flag is going to be waving for Silky Smooth Dalton Baldwin, your winner, the Children's Dream Racer number 4 from Baldwin Motorsports. It started from the tail of the field, $3 to him, and if he could win the second main event, he's going to get an extra $3 bonus. Fireworks are off. Dalton Baldwin, your winner for the first annual AMS Super Late Model Nationals number 1 feature. We'll have another feature coming up where you get some quick interviews with the drivers. Let the track prep crew go out there and do their thing. We're going to go through our final results here for the first race. Your winner, main event number 1, Dalton Baldwin. Then we have Squeaks, Randy Arms in 2nd. 3rd, Fast Phil, Philip Neese. 4th, Spring Dog, Michael Springer. Kristen Svensson, the Minnesota native, 5th. 6th, Stuart Joyce. 7th, Chris Ostrander. 8th, John Joyce. Lance Carpenter. Michael Tan, after having that connection issues, is going to run home 10th. 11th, Tim the Toolman Sandlin. And rounding out your field, Matt Egan in 12th. We're going to bring up our top 3 competitors for a quick interview as our great admin crew will get the second main event rolling up. Ask Philip Neese had a great run, puts it on the podium. He just climbed out of his race car. Oh, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
And they call you Fast Phil, and I see why they call you Fast Phil, man. We brought some of the best racing here. You ended up getting on the podium. What did you see when you were side by side with Arms and Baldwin there for the last couple laps?
Wow, man, that was crazy. Dalton and Arms were class of the field for sure, but I don't know. I got up on top and seemed like I could get a better run up on top and staying on the cushion. Man, that was fun though.
Yeah, it was really awesome to see you guys. We did the random generator number for the invert. The invert's going to be the top 6. So the top 6 are going to get inverted. That means you're going to be starting fourth. So you're really not losing any ground from where you finished. So what's going to be the strategy for the next race to see if you can win that one?
I just got to get out there on this dirt stuff and just do the best we can. Try to stay out of trouble till the end of the race, kind of like we did the first race here.
All right, Fast Phil, anybody got to thank?
Yeah, thank all the guys down at Hazard Auto, Fugate's Truck Repair, Lisa and all the kids. Love you guys. That's about it.
All right, Fast Phil, we'll see you in the next main event.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for doing this.
Sounds good, man. That's Fast Philip Neese. We're going to bring up our podium position, one of our sponsors for the race from Randy Arms Motorsports, Randy Squeak Arms. Randy Arms, finisher P2. Man, what a battle we had. I even said in the broadcast, I said, you wanted the best. We brought the best. Randy, side by side for the last couple laps before the caution. What happened? What happened, Bubba?
Well, in Springer, we were having a really good race, and I found out that the top was a little better, so I was trying to, get around him on the top, and we went in the one, and he kind of slid up, and we kind of touched, and I got in the wall, and Dalton was able to get by us, and just couldn't get back by him after that.
So we had a great viewer, Tiffany. She posted saying you guys are gonna be at Skyline tomorrow. Are you pretty excited for that?
Yeah, we had some bad luck here the first couple races out, but hopefully we got that behind us and can go and have a good run this weekend.
Well, Randy Arms, will we see you back in main event number 2?
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
Randy Arms will be there. That's a driver of the Randy Arms Motorsports. Cole, America's Got Energy. Randy Arms. Good luck to you, Randy. We'll see you next night. Tomorrow. See you later on tonight.
Thank you, Avery.
Oh, thank you. That was Randy Arms. And Baldwin jumping out of the car. Will, do you see that excitement on that face? That virtual face?
He's excited. Oh, he is pumped.
Popping the champagne from main event number 1 from Baldwin Motorsports, the Children's Dream Racer. Number 4, Dalton Baldwin. Congratulations, Dalton. What happened? Man, what happened there? You saw Springer get a little contact, and how were you able to take over the lead?
Well, they wrecked. I don't know. I went into turn 1, and because you're sideways and everything. I couldn't really see Randy, but I saw Springer, and I saw him sliding up the track, and he had kind of been running that line, but that time he was just like kind of slower doing it. And when I saw him sliding up, I just knew Randy was going to get into him, and that ended up turning Springer sideways kind of in front of me, and I tried to check up, but still got him a little bit, but fortunately didn't lose a whole lot of speed. And Randy, I think, ended up hitting the wall because of that whole deal, and I just kind of squeezed through there and took the lead, and then had to battle Randy for a couple laps, but was able to hold him off, and kind of just really happy I could come from the back to win that. I really never thought I was going to be able to do that, to be honest.
You were battling there. We did the random invert start. The number generated 6, so that means you're going to be starting 6 for this main event. A little bit further up in the pack than you did this first main event, so you got to be thankful to start a little bit ahead of some of the people.
Yeah, I definitely am. It seemed like at the start of this race, though, I got up to like somewhere between 6th and 8th pretty quickly, so kind of probably feel a little bit the same because that's going to be, where all the fast guys are. They're all going to be in the top 6 or 7 or 8. So we'll just try and get out there and pass them all back again and win the second one.
All right, Dalton, that sounds great. Anybody you'd like to thank for helping you get on the track?
Yeah, Children's Dream Racer, Advanced Auto Parts, BG Products, Snap-on Tools, iRacing, guys and everyone for putting on this race, and the drivers for showing up and having a fun time. So hopefully the second feature will be just as fun as the first one was.
All right, Dalton, let's let you help get that room set up. That was Dalton Baldwin, driver of the number 4 from Baldwin Motorsports. Children's Dream Racer was our co-sponsor for the first main event. Dalton, we'll hope to see you again next main event, Bubba.
Thanks, bud.
All right, Will, we had a great run. 12 cars started. Only 4 finished on the lead lap, but how was the racing for you?
I think it was really good, especially once that track started to slick off later in the race, and you really saw the top groove really starting to come in. And I mean, you just couldn't run that middle groove really, except for a little bit Mike Springer. I saw he was able to. I didn't really see anybody else though running that middle groove, running on the black.
All right, that was a great main event. We got another main event coming up, so that's pretty awesome. Invert start, the random generator generated 6. Great, it's a great race, but we got another race coming up. Everybody here from RSR, Random Sim Racing, we'll be back after some commercial breaks, and we'll be back for the second main event here at the first annual AMS Super Late Model Nationals, brought to you by Children's Dream Racer, Randy Arms Motorsports, and 9-3 Productions. Thank you.
It starts when you climb into the car by the window. You start up the engine. It's a unique noise, Then this fantastic gearbox, a rally gearbox, which when I drove it today is still up to date, To drive an all-wheel car is something really exciting. When you drive a normal car, you put the power down, some wheels are spinning, there's no spinning, there's just forward, The bloody thing always moves forward. With this car, bam, you hit the head down and off it went, like on a rubber string, You approach the corner, sometimes in first, even in second gear. You shift it down, you knew when you hit the throttle pedal, the boost is right there. And then when you really did it, you put the power down, the immediate response of the boost, the immediate power that hits you into the seat, the immediate grip, and the immediate pulling around the corner with any spinning wheels, I mean, those are moments in life you never forget. A Porsche factory driver, and once a day Professor Pierre called, he was the former head of us, said, Hans, we need you, we want to go to America.
Audi stopped in rallying and decided to go on track racing. It was a decision to support the American market with the presence of Audi, because the market sailed from Audi in the US, they dropped down and they had to do something about it. The first car which then came out on track was the 1988 Audi Trans Am.
When Audi asked me to go over there with the Trans Am car in '88, I was almost ready to go in 1 second. During the season then, we found out that Trans Am is a cool championship, but we need to prove a little bit more. Where can we show a little bit more technique? Where do we have other racing teams engaged, other manufacturers? So then, of course, IMSA got an option, which I like pretty much, because then we have a little bit more of a race car. And as soon as I got into the car the first time testing in south of France, I was totally positively shocked, We learned pretty quickly, due to the fact that we have an all-wheel drive system, the famous Quattro system, we need to find out how to best spray the load over the front and rear axle, because this was part of our big advantage. We didn't have the horsepower like a Corvette has or a Mustang had, and we didn't have the torque, for example, we had a turbocharged engine. So we needed to find out to do the best for our tires in putting the load to the front and to the rear. Walter Röhrl was in the team as a test driver, not as a race car driver, because he had this experience brought in from rally championship, They were playing there with 20, 30, 40% in the front and in the rear to find the right balance. And the more testing we did, the more exciting I got,
Inspired by their convincing overall victory in the 1988 American Trans Am Series, Audi decided to move up a league. After all, success demands promotion, and IMSA is the top series in production car racing in the USA.
We were a really tight group, I mean, we had free time, we were thinking about things, what they can do to the car. And because everybody took it so seriously, there were little things, like on the car we could try. Remember my engineer Thomas Andor, who was in charge of the engines, for example. We did so much fine-tuning on the engine in terms of throttle response. Turbo response was a big issue, because normally when you go off the throttle, go on, then you sit and wait. 21, 22, boom, then the turbo comes, But with the system we used from rallying, with this pre-holding pressure system, you put the pedal and power was right there. But to adapt this all to racing tracks, it needs a lot of talks to the engineer, to the people. They knew it from Walter in terms of rally, which is a different venue. But this intense group work we had made us so successful,
Als Botschafter des Rallye-Sports, ich muss also die Rallyefahrer hier vertreten, damit die Rennfahrer endlich wissen, dass wir Rallyefahrer auf der Rundstrecke genauso gut sind wie sie.
The standard kind of engines which were used in the US series was a V8 engine. This is a 5-cylinder turbo engine with 720 horsepower. This was a very unique sound, and this was something you heard. You were sitting on a grandstand somewhere, and the people can really identify the car out of 10 other cars, which was the Audi or not.
Okay, we can watch them now as they take over this 127. Of course, the white hot Stroke wants to go around because Stroke's light automobiles, the Mercury Cougars, he's got the back front end of that four-wheel drive Audi Quattro. Boy, those are solid automobiles.
Yeah, on some of the races we knew have the other cars, the Mustangs, everybody, and Nissan, they have originally a better chance because they have just more power, and they were also faster down the straight. But we had to wait, we had to be patient. Till there, sort of little bit, they burned their tires, in terms of oversteer. They were very tough on braking. We had very good brakes, and we knew the more patient we are in the beginning, the better we are in the end. It worked out 90%, When those guys blew the tires off and burned the brakes, then we passed by. Whole 80 and just passed them, Lime Rock was great because there was this jump, and there's one picture with the car, the front wheel in the air. Too low for flying and too fast for driving, what I always used to say, which is good.
Missing the first two races of the season at Daytona and Sebring spoiled Audi's chances in the series as a whole.
The decision was not to run Sebring and Daytona because the development window was very, very narrow.
Nevertheless, the Quattros managed more wins than any other team, coming first at Summit Point, West Virginia, Lexington, Ohio, Topeka, Kansas, Sears Point, California, Watkins Glen, New York, Lime Rock, Connecticut, and Laguna Seca, California.
There's a clear list of my favorite race cars. Number 1 on the list is Porsche 962. There's no doubt, because it was the perfect combination. And second was the GTO, because it was kind of a on the upper edge regular chassis car transformed into a race car, and was closer to a race car than to a street car. You know what I mean? The Audi V8 or the BMW 6 Series or 3 Series that they raced, you know, those were street cars made into a race car. But this was actually the maximum we could do out of a street car. And then the combination of the unique sound, the power, the gearbox, just great. For the friends and fans of iRacing, I can just give you the good idea. Try it. And maybe try a car which has a rear-wheel drive with lots of horsepower, and choose any tight corner, and then try it with the Audi 90. You will have the experience of your life, believe me. It's on a rubber band, you know, like you hold, you leave it off, and boom, the car accelerates. Just try it, and then let me know.
Get ready, going green. Green, green, green.
How much longer do you want to wait for Dave to talk about this dart release?
Why? What's he doing?
I'm pretty sure he's playing Pokemon again.
Again?
Yes, again.
Welcome back here to the Eldora Speedway for the second main event of the first annual AMS.com Super Late Model Nationals. Winner of the first main was Dalton Baldwin. Had a strong run after Mike Springer led pretty much the entire race until he got up into the barrier. We're going to bring up Mike Springer for a quick interview. Hey, Mike Springer, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Avery.
Well, Mike, you led most of the race last time, but you know you didn't. You got up into the wall. What adjustments are you gonna have to make besides not hitting the wall to win this race?
We're inverted, right? So I'm gonna have to pass some guys this time.
Yeah, invert of the top 6. That's what the random generator came up with.
Oh,
So
I
the top
finished
6
5th.
is
Never mind. I
inverted.
just got to go right to the front. So I don't know. We'll just try to put 50 laps in and be tracks different. So it should be fun.
And then with Randy Arms' power going out, he said it doesn't look promising getting in. Randy Arms is one of the top drivers in this room at the moment. Is that going to help you out a little bit?
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, power went out.
Who knows? We'll see how it plays out. When the track changes, I mean, if I don't find the right line fast enough, I'll get passed, or vice versa. So I just look forward to the track. It is.
All right, Spring Dog. Good luck to you in the second main event, Bubba.
Thanks, man.
Now, Will, the track has been changing, dramatically within practice. Now, the track has slicked off a little bit. What do you think the drivers are going to have to do to maintain a good race speed, but also not hit each other?
Well, I think really staying off the blue groove. That's really going to be the key to moving up in the field, as well as staying off of folks. I'm not sure. Is the prep crew coming back out before the race or not?
No, it's going to carry over. We let the racetrack prep, according to what Randy said, will be at 40%. So no, they are not going to come back out. But we have waiting to get interviewed is AJ Burness, who is not here in the first main event, but he is going to be racing the second main event. AJ Burness, Slideways, what's up, Bubba?
Not too much. How you doing?
Pretty good. You missed the first main event, obviously, but you're going to start at the tail end of the field here in the second main event of the first annual AMSleague.com Super Late Model Nationals. Going to be your strategy, Bubba?
Well, there's a long way to go. Strategy early on is just to miss all the wrecks in front of us, because there's going to be some carnage. Other than that, we're just going to try to keep our nose clean, follow a couple fast guys to the front, and hopefully we're going to get up front and stay there.
You have a little dirt racing experience because you have crew chief for some UNOH teams. I've drove a little bit, so are you going to be able to use some of that experience, or is that experience really not applicable to this type of racing?
No, you know it, man. I mean, it's racing. It doesn't matter.
Well, you raced at Oswego Speedway, for a long time, and it's good to have you back on the iRacing.com service before you make the move down to all that North Carolina area.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, AJ Burness, driver number 24. He's one of the top drivers in this race. We're going to see if he can make his way to the back. Well, that's going to wrap up our pre-race show for the Eldora Speedway main event. Well, with Randy being out of the field, we're only going to have 11 drivers in this field. What's your take?
Well, that's really rough for Randy, but I think it really, I don't want to say opens the door exactly, but I think it's going to make the front of the pack a lot more interesting. I think we'll just have to wait and see how that works out.
And with Randy not being able to come back in the room, who's going to be your pole sitter? That's right, silky smooth Dalton Baldwin. Going to go to the front. We're going to bring him up real quick before we can start this main event. We got Dalton holding up in the booth. Dalton, with Randy not being able to come back into this main event, that's going to put you P1. There ain't nothing better than that.
In practice?
Yeah, in practice.
Springer's second now.
Oh, is he going to move up to second? How does that make you feel?
Alright, I guess. I don't know.
Now,
usually this third stuff ain't about being fast, it's about whoever cannot hit the wall the most.
yeah, definitely. We had some carnage in the first main event. But about 30 more seconds until, we're getting ready for this main event. How is this going to work to your advantage with your win last event? How's it going to help you out? I mean, you definitely went through a lot of attrition from starting in the back of the field, starting in the middle of the pack. What's going to be the difference in between this race and the race before?
Not really sure. I'm just gonna have to kind of get out there and see. I'm kind of hoping the same kind of stuff happens and everyone just kind of wrecks and messes up in front of me, and we'll see what happens. Sure, it'll be fun. We'll have a good time.
Alrighty, Dalton Baldwin, good luck to you in your main event, Bubba.
Thanks, bud.
Good time, Bubba. Well, that's Dalton Baldwin. We got a great start for today's main event. Looks like ready to do the grid. Will Roberts, I've been watching a lot of your commentating lately, and it's been fantastic. It's great to have you up in the booth, Bubba.
Well, thank you very much. And why don't you start us off on the grid here?
Let's start us off. Starting on the pole, who finished 6th in the main event earlier today, the number 22, the Flying Cheetah, Stuart Joyce. In second, the Minnesota native, Kristen Svensson, the number 11.
And starting off on row 2, we got Spring Dog Max Springer. He's going to be starting P3. On his outside, we got Fast Philip Neese in car number 38. He's going to be starting P4.
And 5th place was going to be Randy Arms, but it looks like he's not going to be able to make it into this main event. But 6th, we just talked to him. That's Silky Smooth, Dalton Baldwin. Driver the number 10 today. Got a little bit different car for this race.
And the Alligator Chris Ostrian is going to be starting in 7th, and Boss Man John Joyce is going to be starting in P number 8 on row number 4.
Oh, and then P number 9, that's going to be Big Junk Lance Carpenter. And then the Sleep Master Mike Tant going to follow in the 10th position.
And rounding us out on row number 6, we got Tim the Toolman Sandlin and AJ Burness starting shotgun on the field in position number 12.
All right, we have the inverted grid for the top 6, but the 7 through 12 remain the same as they finished the last main event. I said it was going to be Mr. Stuart Joyce, but now we start on the pole. I'm going to go same with Stuart Joyce. Who's your pick to win tonight's race?
I tell you, whoever I pick is probably not going to be happy because I have a really bad luck with picking drivers. So, I'm sorry, Mike Springer, but I think you're going to win this, and I hope that you prove my streak wrong.
Definitely excited for this main event. You saw the firework display. That was brought to you by Children's Dream Racer. But this race is brought to you by Randy Arms Motorsports. Pace truck all the way to the inside. Stuart Joyce going to lead him up. Green flag for the second main event of the first annual AMSLeague.com Super Late Model Nationals. Fast Phil going to go on the outside, and we have Carnage in the back. But no caution. Stuart Joyce still in front, but side by side, we saw it earlier, is Fast Phil and Baldwin.
And just as he's been doing the Dirt Series on Wednesday nights, the Octane Race Products AMS Dirt Series, Stuart Joyce is out to a lead. He's nice and comfortable, and I think he's just going to try and ride here for a little while.
Springer side by side with Svensson. Svensson able to get the run out of the turn. Springer gets a little bit tight to look like, going to go to the inside, but now he's side by side with Fast Phil.
Yeah, but if we look back there for fifth spot, you take a look at Dalton Baldwin. He is just sending it into these corners, and he's gonna hate me for saying this, but I saw that number and I couldn't help but think about Derek Patrick.
Oh yeah, he's not. He's a big Kyle Busch fan. Kyle Busch, he's a big Busch fan, but Was it 3 wide for a little bit? No, a little bit of contact with Svensson. Looks to be Mike Springer. Baldwin looks to the inside of Svensson. Svensson going to go side by side. No, Baldwin not able to get there, but right now it's Joyce. Excuse me, I want to apologize. That is Fast Phil. Svensson is in second position, running a great line. Fast Phil going to go side by side with Baldwin. Will, you know, we got the top 2 running away, but Baldwin trying to work around Phil. What's Baldwin have to do to get around Phil?
Well, I'm not sure if there's really a whole lot that he's going to be able to do here in these first few laps. Not until that track really starts to rubber in, the groove really gets up, or the cushion really gets up there against the wall. I think that's when you're really going to start to see this sort of action really starting to take place.
Yeah, Svensson running a little bit closer than to Joyce. He ran a little bit quicker lap time there, but right now the fastest lap time goes to Svensson.
Yeah, Minnesota's own Christian Svensson. He's actually really starting to make that cushion. He's pushing the cushion right now.
Pushing the cushion.
As Stuart Joyce, actually, he's going to jump up there and he's going to try and see what he can do up on that top side here, but it's working better for Svensson than it is for Joyce. That's all I can really say.
Yeah, Joyce going to go back to the bottom. Svensson going to go to the high side. Is he going to get the run out of the turn? Yes, he will, but Stuart Joyce slams the door, but Svensson going to stay on the outside as they come out of turn number 4. Joyce, going to move up in front of him, hold on the outside. Svensson still on the outside. Still side-by-side action behind him is Fast Phil, but Joyce gets a little tight.
We got a little bit of trouble just up in front of these guys. That's boss man John Joyce is around off of down at the bottom of turn 4.
And John Joyce, the father of the flying cheetah, Stuart Joyce. Looks like we have Joyce gets a little bit loose and kind of slides out from underneath him, and then big junk Lance Carpenter gets into his left rear. You know, that's just the nature of the beast, Will.
Yeah, that's, I mean, you got these guys running sideways like that, and they're going to get loose, they're going to come up on each other real quick, and there's going to be contact. It's simple as that. iRacing themselves have come out and said that dirt racing, there's going to be contact. They lowered the incident point system.
Looks like we got the flying cheetah, Stuart Joyce. Stuart, you led the first 12 laps here in the main event. What are you going to have to do to adjust the way you've been driving to maintain that lead for the rest of the main?
Well, I'm all over the track hunting for moisture. Not sure what I'm going to do here. I think I'm going to stick to the top line. But, you know, the cheetah's got a nose for the moisture, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. That is the flying cheetah, Stuart Joyce, driver number 22.
Thanks
Doing a good job so far. Dude, thanks for having us, man.
Doing a good job on the broadcast.
AMSleague.com, Super Late Model Nationals, first annual. Pretty awesome. All right, Stuart, good luck to you in the rest of the race, Bubba.
Right.
All right, well, Pace Truck going to get ready to make the hard left-hand turn. I'm going to let you call the restart tonight.
Yeah, good old Chevy Silverado 2500 HD Crew Cab. It's off. Stuart Joyce hard on the power. He's going to get out to a huge jump there. That's going to set him up really nicely for this run.
Ball to the inside. Ball to the inside.
He's going to send it in there in turn 1, and he's going to try and make a move on Fast Phil, but is he going to do it? He's pushing it. He's pushing it. He's going to try to slide out.
Oh! Contact. Looked like Baldwin kind of came up a little bit into Fast Phil. Coming out of turn number 4, we're going to take a look at an instant replay brought to you by Children's Dream Racer. Looks like Phil was running the outside line as he came out of turn number 2. The replay is also brought to you by Randy Arms Motorsports for bringing the green in the green flag. Dalton coming out of 4. He tried to run the slide job, but wasn't quite clear of Fast Phil, and just comes up a little bit and just makes contact. And yeah, it just happened. I mean, Bill, these guys are racing hard. Take it to the green, Bubba.
Yeah, they're racing hard, and I mean, best I can really say about that is Dalton. He's a good racer. He's a hard racer, but and this isn't a dig at him, but he's an asphalt racer from everything I can tell, and the slide job is a distinctly dirt maneuver that him and I think a few of these other guys still hadn't quite figured all the way out. So, lights are off on the pace truck, and Flying Cheat himself, Stuart Joyce, is going to be laying down here. And AJ Burness is up there. Where did he come from? He's up to third spot now after that little incident.
There in the Burn Daily, number 24, AJ Burness. He's got some big block modified. I believe it was big block. Not quite sure what he actually drove, but he drove at the Oswego Speedway as we talked to him earlier today. Has some dirt experience at UNOH program, but pace car truck's going to make his way in. Stuart Joyce on the hammer. Green flag out here at the Eldora Speedway for the second restart of tonight's main event. Burness going to try to work his way up around Svensson, but no, not going to be able to get traction. But Baldwin able to get a good run out of the turn and go side by side with Fast Phil. And Phil, he's done a fantastic job after a podium finish earlier today, running in the 5th position.
Yeah, and it looks like she found a little bit of that moisture he was looking for. As we got a little bit of contact back there, but some of these other guys are still struggling a little bit.
Baldwin makes a little contact on the left rear of Burness. Baldwin up on the cush. Burness to the inside. Stuart Joyce still out in front. Look at Mike Springer to the outside of Fast Phil. Fast Phil gets a good run. Gonna pull the slider. Yes, he does, but Springer crosses him over to the inside. I said it earlier today, but you wanted the best, and we have brought the best here at Eldora Speedway. Baldwin gets a little contact with Burness. Burness hard up into the wall with Springer.
Meanwhile,
Stuart Joyce's.
Meanwhile, while that was happening up at the front of the field, Christian Svensson is taking over the lead. Dalton Baldwin's up to second. It looked like Stuart Joyce got in the wall a little bit while trying to battle with Svensson for that lead.
Yeah, Stuart Joyce. We're going to go be on board with Kristen Svensson, your new leader here at the Eldora Speedway. Going to be able to take home the lead right at the moment as we cross the halfway point. Will, halfway through this race, what's your thoughts, Bubba?
Well, halfway through, that Flying Cheat has been pretty flying so far tonight, but that little wall contact, we'll have to see what that does to him, see if that messes up the alignment of the suspension at all. I don't know. Dalton Baldwin, he's looking for that. He's looking to just max out the purse tonight, and he's looking to take home the whole $9. But he's going to have to deal with a very difficult Christian Svensson the rest of this race. And I think, well, I told you my track record. I'm not going to say it, but Svensson's looking hot. I'll say that much.
Yeah, Springer, if he gets the Will Robinson lucky board, I guess. Hopefully not, but pace truck, I know you're a big Chevrolet fan, and you got to love this pace truck, Bubba.
Oh, I absolutely love it, man. I used to have a truck just like this one, but mine was a single cab, not the quad cab.
Well, pace truck going to make that hard left-hand turn. Will Roberts bring us to the green.
Yeah, certainly. As Chevy Silverado 2500 is down, Christian Svensson is away, and he gets out to a huge jump on Dalton Baldwin, but Baldwin's going to send it in deep. So Stuart Joyce up on the high side, and they're going to be battling back there for second. Svensson's going to be trying to hold on to this first spot, but Baldwin and Joyce are not going to be making it easy.
Yeah, Joyce pulled the crossover on Baldwin, but Baldwin's going to use the cushion and pull away to the inside of Svensson. But no, Svensson gets the run out of the turn. It goes Svensson, Joyce, and Springer, your top four. Rounding out your top five is Chris the Ice Maker Ostrander.
Yeah, Springdog back there in fourth spot. He's been holding on steady. I think he's just trying to... Well, he let it get away from him in the last few laps of that first one. I think he's trying to do exactly the opposite tonight, or in the second one.
I hope so. You don't want to do what he was doing, but to the outside, he tried to find a move on Joyce. Springer had to check up, did not make contact with Joyce, and hard contact on the outside wall. But right now, the battle is between your top two leaders. That's Svensson and Baldwin. Baldwin trying to reel him in. Svensson trying to pull away. Coming out of turn number 2. Baldwin looked to the inside. Goes high. Is he going to try to pull the crossover? Side by side into turn number 3. Baldwin to the inside. Svensson on the outside. The Children's Dream Racer Chevrolet driving the 10 wasn't able to get the run. But right now it looks like the high line is king. Will, what do you see there, Bubba?
Yeah, certainly. As these guys are trying to keep up with the moisture in the track. That middle groove is just, it's gone away at this point. It's dry, it's rubbered in. There ain't nothing. Oh, as Dalton Baldwin sends it in right there, it's, Svensson's in the wall. These two are battling, they're battling hard.
Baldwin going to try to pull the crossover. He pulls the crossover. New leader at the Eldora Speedway. Dalton Baldwin, new winner of the first main event. Svensson got on the inside, and he just kind of lost some ground there.
Yeah, that was a really good slide job out of that number 10 car last time by, but Svensson, he's still going to be a hard charger. He's still going to be... I don't think it's going to be easy for Baldwin to win this one still, as we still have about 15 to go, and Svensson, he's still looking pretty hot.
Fast Philip Neese going to try to go side by side with Carpenter, but Carpenter was able to pull away out of turn number 2. Fast Phil on the outside running the cushion, and Carpenter going to run the bottom. Moves up to the track. It's close to the cushion, but not quite there.
Yeah, unfortunately, Fast Phil has not had the sort of performance in the second feature that he did in the first, but he's going to try and get that top 5. We'll just have to see what he does on that.
Now Fast Phil trying to get to the outside, as you saw Carpenter got a little bit too sideways, but Fast Phil up into the outside wall. But you know, these are dirt cars. These might have to make a little bit of bumping and banging and hitting that wall.
Yeah, these things beat and bang, they still just keep on going.
Mike Springer here, fastest car on the track, Spring Dog. He's currently in 3rd position, trying to catch up to Svensson. I don't know if there's enough time to catch Baldwin unless the caution would come out.
Yeah, and I gotta say, this field's pretty well strung out for the most part, apart from that battle there for, it looks like, about 3rd spot, as well as a battle back a little deeper in the pack. We got one for position number 7.
But here comes Springer side by side with Kristen Svensson, the number 11, the Minnesota native. But Springer not able to make the overtake. He's got to run the bottom. You know, that's right now. If you're going to make the overtake, you can either get to the outside of him or try to pull the slider. But Baldwin out in front. 42 of 50 laps for him.
Yeah, really, I think Spring Dog's best shot at this is if he's able to really just send it down into one of these turns and pull the slider on Svensson. I don't think just running one line is going to do it.
Oh, he's got to just try to maintain the outside and hold off a hard charger Mike Springer. Springer looked low, but he's just running the cushion, waiting for Svensson to make a mistake. Looked like they almost made a little bit of contact. But no, Springer running that cushion. I mean, he's saying he don't got much dirt experience, but he is showing it tonight. Diving it into the turn. Here comes Springer. Trying to get there. Will call us into the turn, Bubba.
Yeah, Springer's definitely, he's starting to send it in. It's like I'm saying, you're just not going to be able to just run one line and get around somebody like that. And Springer's, we're getting late in the race. Springer knows that, and he's trying to make the pass. Oh, does it make contact? Oh, Springer's around.
Springer's around, but he was able to maintain that, so the caution does not come out.
And that's a real tough break for Spring Dog. That's going to bump him back to position number 4 now, as Flying Cheetah is up to 3rd, and we're pretty well. Yeah.
We got a nice battle with Mike Tant. No battle. We got a nice Mike Tant on the screen. Here's Stuart Joyce in the outside wall. Gonna go battling side by side with Springer. Springer pull the slider. Joyce to the inside. It's gonna be Joyce. It looked like Springer might have made a little bit of contact with the wall.
Joyce is trying to make the best of that inside line, but Spring Dog, he's got that cushion a little better figured out, it looks like.
2 laps to go for Dalton Baldwin in turn number 2. The battle is hot right now for Stuart Joyce and Springer. Baldwin going to take the white flag here at the Eldora Speedway for the first annual AMS League.com Super Late Model Nationals. Second main event, white flag out in the air.
Yes, but this is not over right now because Baldwin is currently stuck in a little bit of lap traffic. It looks like, although I think it's going to be clear enough. I think it's going to be clear enough for him to come around. Dalton Baldwin's going to come out of turn 4. He's going to win the first annual AMS Super Late Model Dirt.
They pulled the slide job between Springer and Joyce, and Joyce is going to take home third by .026. I mean, that's awesome, Will. What do you got to say about that?
Oh my goodness gracious.
Have you ever?
I have never.
Man, what a race. What a finish.
Oh my goodness, that was wild.
Man, let's take a look at those final results, Will. Silky smooth, Dalton Baldwin wins the double feature, wins the $3 extra, taking home the non-Smeckaroonies. In second, the Minnesota native Kristen Svensson. And then the Flying Cheetah, Stuart Joyce, just edging over Springer. And then Springer going to go home in fourth. The Sleep Master, Michael Tate, going to round out the top 5. Fast Phil, after a podium finish in the first main event, is going to come home 6th. 7th place going to go the Big Junk Lance Carpenter. 8th place, the Ice Maker Chris Ostrander. Then the Boss Man John Joyce, and going to go in 9th. AJ Burney's going to round out the field in 10th. Will Roberts, man, that was a fantastic race. We had a couple less cautions than earlier. What do you got to say, man? This is awesome.
Well, it's kind of the opposite of what I was saying. I was thinking they were going to play it nice and easy in the first race, and then it was kind of going to get a little wild here in the second one. I mean, it definitely got a little wild, but I got to say, these guys are really starting to figure this out a little bit.
I mean, it was just a fantastic race. Mike Springer has just got out of his virtual race car. We're going to chat with him about that awesome finish he had with Joyce. Spring Dog, you got a copy, Bubba?
Yeah, I got you, Avery.
I mean, we said it earlier at the finish, have you ever? And then Will goes with the no, I've never. And man, what a race between you and Stuart Joyce for the final couple laps.
Yeah, I tried to throw a slide job on him and ended up in the fence a little bit, but that was fun. Dirt's a blast. The 11 and I were racing hard too, and I got into him on accident, but I had the fastest lap in both races, so I'll take that.
Yeah, definitely. And you said, you didn't think you're going to be very competitive, but you really showed a lot of attrition there to get on that 4th place finish. And that was awesome watching that battle. I mean, it was great having you out on the track, Will. We hope to see you another time.
Yeah, man, thanks for putting this on. That was a blast. Just trying to get it as close to the wall as possible and get that run. I had a fun time, man. Thanks for putting this on. Thanks for you guys announcing, so I can watch it later, and you guys do a good job. So. Oh
man, don't make me blush, Will. I mean, Will's done a great job, and Mike, thanks for making us blush, man. We'll see you next time, Bubba.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
Later, dude. That is Spring Dog Mike Springer. Now, Will, we're about to bring in the guy who barely beat Mike Springer, Stuart Joyce. Before we bring him in, I mean, that was just awesome. Anything better in a long time?
Well, I mean, I gotta say, I'm very new to all this dirt racing, so I'm not used to seeing guys coming around sideways with about 200s? Yeah, about 200ths of a second margin. So that was incredible.
And we have driver of the number 22, the Flying Cheetah, Stuart Joyce. Man, that was awesome. You just barely edged out Springer for podium, baby. How was that?
Hey, I really enjoyed it. I had a good race with Spring Penis at the end there. He and I were... I did. He and I had a nice little back and forth. We were sliding in and out there. And at the end, I ended up coming in there from behind and got to 3rd place.
All right, when you're coming in that final lap, I mean, you were battling with Springer for those last couple laps. What were you thinking when you just hammered on the gas? What were you trying to do to be able to get by him, make some contact, or were you trying to run them clean?
Trying to run them clean, but Spring Penis, he put a slide job down there in the bottom, and in the last turn I had to kind of get in there from behind and slide it on in there, right there, and stick it in there.
That was driver of the number 22, Stuart Joyce. We'll see him next time. And then the winner, running the number 10 from the Children's Dream Racer Camp, Baldwin Motorsports, Dalton Baldwin. Dalton, man, you won the double feature tonight, Bubba, winning that bonus. How does that make you feel?
Pretty awesome. I like money.
Yeah. I mean, I like money too, man. That's why trying to help out others, getting some, good money races here on iRacing.com. Now this race was a little bit different. You didn't really make the pass right at the end, but you were able to get by Svensson, and Stuart Joyce led for a while. What was, from the driver's point, how were you able to go through that attrition and make those moves?
I don't know. Kind of seemed like there was a little bit less attrition this time. Definitely had a lot less cautions and kind of more so trying to just get by people. But I know Stuart up there, he made a mistake, and that helped me get by him and get who else I passed.
Have you seen the finish between Joyce and Springer?
No.
And that was awesome. We were watching it live, but you got the double feature win. What is your take on these dirt super late models? You like the car, or is there just what's your take on the car?
I don't really know. I mean, I think once everyone gets them down and really understands how to race them, and then it'll be a lot of fun. But I mean, Eldora is a really great track for those cars. Because it's a really easy track to get around with how they like to run. When you get to the other tracks, it's going to be a lot more difficult. So, I don't know. I like them. I have a lot of fun on the dirt stuff, win or lose. So, it's always a good time.
Before we let you go, you did make a little contact earlier in the race with Fast Phil. From your side of the view, what happened?
I don't know. I was trying to still give him the outside, but couldn't really tell if I was clear of him or not, so I was kind of thinking about sliding up, and just kind of misjudged how kind of sideways and yawed out he was, and got my right rear into his left front. So nothing really either of us did. Just two cars going for same piece of real estate on the exit, but fortunately it gave us our spots back, and we just kind of kept on racing.
Now, you thanked a lot of your sponsors earlier in the first main event, but let's give them a round of applause. Who are some of the people that are helping you out?
Children's Dream Racer. They're an awesome charity. Everyone should always give them a look and see what they can do for them. And Advanced Auto Parts, BG Products, Snap-on Tools. They help me out a lot. Obviously, iRacing for doing what they do and getting this dirt stuff out for us to run, and all the racers and everyone for putting on the show and having a good time, and it was a lot of fun. So definitely always nice to have a lot of fun on here.
It was a great show, Dalton. We'll see you next time. Thanks for jumping in here, Bubba.
All right, thanks, bud.
That was Baldwin Motorsports' number 10, Dalton Baldwin. And we're going to bring up Chris Ostrander, first car a lap down. But Chris?
How's it going?
Pretty good, man. We had a good race, a lot of battling. You're one of the co-owners of AMSleague.com. Can you tell some of our viewers a little bit about the series?
Well, we have the 3 series: the truck series on Monday, the cup cars on Tuesday, and the dirt cars on Wednesday. Been around for, we're on our 10th year. Pretty competitive. We have drivers of all, talent levels and everything. So it gets really competitive.
All right, Chris, you didn't really get the best finishing results you did today, but you did say earlier that, these late models aren't really your specialty, but...
Right. No, these, as far as dirt goes, yeah, these are my worst cars, especially when the track is slicker. When the track isn't as slick, then it's not so bad, but when you have to either choose the very bottom or the very high side, I'm not the best at. That ball keeps biting me sometimes, so... But I had fun anyways, regardless of where I finished.
All right, Chris, you had looked like you had a great time. We really enjoyed having you in here. What do you got to thank for helping to make this possible for you, Bubba?
Well, just all the guys in the league, people that, all the competitors that raced tonight. Of course, Bud Heavies.
A Bud Heavy, Chris Ostrander, one of the main reasons Budweiser or Anheuser-Busch is still open. Chris the Ice Maker Ostrander, thanks for jumping in here. Have a great rest of your night.
Take it easy, Avery.
Thank you. Well, let's just quick review. Joyce started on the pole, Svensson able to get to the lead, and then Baldwin finished it off with the win. First race of the second race, did you see the drivers mature a little bit more over the main event?
Well, I don't know if I'd say mature is the right word, because these guys have been running around each other on asphalt for, goodness gracious, I don't even know how long. I mean, Chris said it himself, it's his 10th season in the league. I think the better term is they're figuring it out. They're figuring out dirt racing, and especially the super late model. They're starting to really figure that out and just figure out where the car goes and all that.
Well, for the first annual Super Late Model Nationals, I spent a little extra on the bonus, but Dalton Baldwin going to take home the win in the second main event. Just a fantastic time. We're definitely going to have this event next year, and we hope to have you along with us, Bubba.
Well, I certainly hope to be back.
And what a great race. What a great time, Eldora Speedway. We'd like to thank all our sponsors for tonight's race. Randy Arms and Motorsports, Children's Dream Racer, 9-3 Productions, and obviously the Random Sim Racing Network. From Will Roberts, I am Avery McDonald, and our executive producer is Kevin Trzynski. We'll see you next time on the track. Night-night.